Is it Manthei?
You're having trouble with my name, aren't you?
Manthei.
Manthei.
Sorry,
That's all right.
I know your name so well, and I suffer from quake brain now. So
look, if it even sounds vaguely like it is, I answer to it. So no problem.
Thank you, Marjorie.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I've got a different. Who's the distributor?
Sean will come down.
Right.
Collect that.
While that is being distributed, if I can explain why you've got one that is fairly different from what I submitted. I'm an active member of the Victoria Neighbourhood Association, which is the Central City Association north of the square up to Beeley Ave. And our intention was to make a submission. And we did talk about quite a few of the aspects with remarkable agreement, given the size of the group. And for all sorts of reasons, which I've said in here, other things that we were responding to, objecting to, etc., all of a sudden we went, oh my goodness, this is one of the most important things, and here is a Central City Association that didn't put in a formal submission. However, many of the things that are alluded to in my embarrassingly brief and even ungrammatical submission, I just want to quickly expand on. I'll just point out the things that we did talk about as a group, and even though it wasn't ever formalized, we spent enough time together that I feel confident that I am speaking on their behalf as well. This is, however, just my submission. So just to give myself, I guess, a little bit of credibility, I have lived in New Zealand since 1971. Almost over half of that time has been in the Central City, Gloucester Street, Worcester Street, and much longer, my current residence on Gracefield Avenue. So everything, obviously, that happens in the Central City, it affects everybody in the city, but it's our neighborhood, and it's where people who live so close to the CBD used to do everything. So I guess we take it really personally. Just the things that I want to highlight on here, and I'm really sorry to give you yet another thing to read, but we did spend quite a bit of time talking about the public participation part of the plan, and people were very, and myself as well, impressed with the efforts that are being made, and we think that they really are quite effective. They just need more time to get people to use them the way they're intended, including things like the open mic and engagement officers and so on. One of the things that we did agree with, which I found in one of the papers, was the making more things, even more things accessible online, so that it's not having to come in, get hard copies, or you spending all the money on, so, I mean, taken as read, really. We also, many times, not just with the LAP, have talked about wanting more delegation back to, as it was, I love the Back to the Future thing that Janet mentioned, but greater delegations to the community boards. And I honestly don't know if the other community boards are as good as Hagley Ferrymead Community Board, but if they are, what a safe pair of hands. Are they? No.
I've told councillors to put aside ward issues. We're here on behalf of the
Anyway,
city.
That was in the long-term plan someplace, the reference to community boards. So we're just saying that we do support that, and or an increase in councillors. I don't know, but I think something.
We have a representation review to deal with that. So
yeah, I know.
I just don't want you to run out of time. It's only a minute to go.
I'm sorry. The cycleway is very important, and I've highlighted some of those things here. Particularly, and what we've talked about as a group, is moving people who live in the Central City around the Central City, instead of a focus on getting people in and out of the Central City, which also is important. But we want to make it attractive for families and other people to live in the central city, and you do not want them driving around in the central city if at all possible. So I've had that listed here. The goal of more people, including families, living in the central city. That's one of our highest priorities, and I've got 4 bullet points there of not only do we need to encourage people to come to the central city, but we really need to encourage them to stay. And there are some things, currently some under council control and some not, that are discouraging that, and it's just trying to mitigate, I suppose, where possible. Affordable housing, we've even had tears over when we have seen affordable housing in our own neighbourhood disappearing and $1 million plus townhouses going up in their place. In my own block, there are examples where it does not even make for greater intensification, which is one of the goals of government as well as local government. And I've given you some examples there, and I could give you more. The red zone, we did talk about a bit, and my own personal opinion, obviously it wants to be used for something. There are some examples there. Covered market, yes, we've put in many submissions on that wherever possible. And I want to finish by just stealing Barnaby, I believe was the name, Barnaby's submission about asset sales. I'd like to put that one into here.
and the covered market as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, covered market's there. I've got that one in here.
We love the covered market.
We love the covered market.
Right.
Okay.
Look, thank you, Marjorie.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I mean, I keep apologising for the process, but due to the number of submissions, we have 5 minutes for individuals and 10 minutes for organisations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.